My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine and the most caring doctor in medicine. Never forget that after 30 plus years of high-level clinical experience in medicine, Dr. B really loves you. Dr. B really cares about you. I really genuinely love you and care about you. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to all of you guys who have cancer, whether you're a man or a woman or anything in between. I'm not talking about children, right? This is an adult. My channel is for adults. Whether you're a man, a woman, or anything in between, and if you have a cancer, regardless of the type of cancer that you have, I beg you to not fall for the sharks, for the quacks, for the charlatans. And there are millions and thousands of them everywhere, on YouTube, on Facebook, on everywhere, every website, right? They are in Mexico, they are in China, they are in America, they are in Europe, they are in every freaking country. These sharks, they have websites, they have freaking access to all this World Wide Web, and they have access to you. And it happens all the time that people who have cancer fall victims to these sharks. A lot of these sharks have opened clinics in Mexico, South America, Brazil, Argentina, Southeast Asia, everywhere, all over the world, even here in America, secretly, right? Now, in America and Western countries, there's a huge amount of checks and controls about all these quacks who try to practice medicine and stuff under the table in secret and blah, blah, blah. But everywhere, people who are desperate because they have cancer, right? They even travel to foreign countries to meet in Africa, in Venezuela, in Brazil, in freaking Mexico, in Southeast Asia, to meet this guru, this health guru, or this sorcerer in freaking I don't know where, that can heal you from your breast cancer, from your prostate cancer, from your leukemia, lymphoma, blah, blah, blah. I beg you, don't buy any of this freaking garbage, all these snake oils online. Do not go into these websites. And there are millions of them that claim that if you buy this or that, do this or do that, your cancer will disappear, your prostate cancer will disappear, your breast cancer will disappear. I mean, it's crazy. Please, I beg you. Stay with the scientific evidence, with the medical scientific knowledge. Find yourself a good oncologist in a big clinic, big hospital, big clinic. Look at their credentials, look at their experience, right? There's obviously a big difference between a young oncologist and an oncologist with many decades of career, right? But usually the young oncologist works in a team where there is also older, more experienced oncologists from whom he can get advice, and usually they have these grand rounds and meetings where all together discuss the case of a patient. It's no longer like the good old days where the doctor was sitting in his own stuff and he was the only one making decision for the patients. So same thing for in big surgical teams, right? In all big surgical teams, the junior surgeon who just graduated and no surgical experience, usually he does his surgery and he shadows the more experienced surgeon. Sometimes he does his own surgeries too, I'm not saying, but many times he learns from the old surgeon who has 40 years, 30 years, decades of experience in surgery, right? So find yourself a good team, get a second opinion. Get a second opinion, but don't fall victims to this shock. Do not travel overseas. Medicine in America, where we are, or in Western countries like Canada, Spain, Italy, right? France, where I lived in all these countries. I lived in France, I lived in Spain, I lived in Italy, I lived in Canada, and now I'm here in the beautiful but super expensive city in Mountain View, California. Western medicine, whether it's USA, Canada, Europe, is the best medicine we've ever had. I mean, I cannot find better surgeons than the one I had in France, who trained me, in Spain, in Italy, better doctors, right? They are all the same. I mean, they learn from each other. They publish in medical journals, surgical journals, right? All the teams of surgeons in France, they learn from Americans. The Americans, they learn from the discovery that happened in surgery in Rome. The Roman surgeons and doctors, they learn from the Spaniard, their colleagues in Spain. I mean, there's a huge exchange in knowledge and information and skill in medicine. Same thing for Western medicine and medicine that is practiced in Southeast Asia, Brazil, all these big university teaching hospitals. They exchange knowledge, information, the results of research and everything. So in whichever country where you are, whether you are in America, Canada, India has massive amount of knowledge in medicine, surgery. Some of the best surgeons, some of the best doctors are right there in India. Some of the best doctors, some of the best surgeons are right there in China, in Japan. My God, Korean medicine, Korean surgeons are some of the smartest, most skilled surgeons on earth. Right? So, but stay whichever country you are, stay in that country, unless, of course, you live in a third world country where you don't have access to good doctors and surgeons. Let's suppose you are somewhere, I don't know, in a very poor country where you don't have access to new technology, new medicines. Okay, if you can afford it, then travel. Come to America, come to France, go to Brazil, go to Argentina, go to beautiful state-of-the-art university hospital that are not too far from your place. Thailand, right? I've been many times to Thailand. Thailand has some of the best hospitals in the world, some of the best doctors in the world, some of the best trained surgeons in the world. Same thing for Dubai, Saudi Arabia. I mean, you cannot imagine that one surgeon somewhere is better. They are all exchanging knowledge and skills, and they are really good. So if you live in any of those countries that are not giving you access to good doctors, good surgeons, good medical care, then of course, if you can afford it, go to any big, beautiful country, developed country with a big university hospital close to your place, so that you don't have to pay too much for travels and fees and blah, 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 and you can stay close to your family. But do not travel to any country to see a sorcerer, to see a quack, to see a magic guru who will do magics and stuff to make your cancer. It's just not going to happen. And I beg you, if you are a father and have a son who has a cancer, or a daughter, or if you are a man who has a wife, or a husband, or a wife who has a husband who have a cancer, if you have a family member who has cancer, keep them away. Watch what they are doing online. Don't allow them to go online and find these weird websites and spend thousands of dollars buying garbage and blah, blah, blah. I had a patient about a month ago. I forget to talk to you about that at the time it happened. So I bring the patient, a nice gentleman in his 70s, something I forgot, and checking his heart, and we talked, blah, blah, blah. And I asked, so how many children do you have? And he told me, I forgot 2 or 3. How is the health of your wife? And he started to cry and told me his wife passed away some time ago. I forgot how many months ago. It was a month ago when this happened. And I told him what happened. He said his wife had breast cancer, right? The most common cancer in women. Number 1 cancer in women. Passed away a few months ago. And he told me that, and he explained to me how at the end, when the wife was stage 4 and was no more any options for Western medicine and science to cure her, and doctor had kind of given up on her, right, and told her she needs to go into a nursing home and, long-term care and all this stuff, palliative care. The husband told me that the wife accumulated about, I forgot the exact number, something like $40,000-$50,000 on credit cards to buy products that he used to see coming, little boxes coming on Amazon or other stuff at home regularly, and the wife was drinking this, taking these weird supplements and magic snake oils. You know what I'm saying? She spent thousands of dollars. They traveled to places overseas a few times because the wife was desperate. Well, what do you do when the team of oncologists tells you, you know what, you need to go to palliative care, palliation, that there's nothing else we can do, you are stage 4, we tried this, we tried that, we tried this, we tried that. The patient knows that she's gonna die pretty soon in a few months. So if you are a husband or wife, blah, blah, what do you do when your wife tells you, you know what, I want to go to Thailand because I saw online that this clinic over there can do miracle. I need $10,000 and blah, blah, blah. Well, you go with him. He went with her 2 or 3 times, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, they realized they are all charlatan. At that time, $40,000, $50,000 of debt was accumulated on the credit card. It's a tough dilemma. I've never been in that situation. I have no wife, no kids, nobody to feed or to care about. My family members are healthy, thank God, blah, blah, blah. I've had some cancer, this and that, but at all age, in my uncles and aunties, blah, blah, blah. But never something so close, so personal. But it's a difficult question to answer. If you are a wife and your husband has cancer at terminal stage and they tell him there's nothing we can do, and the husband wants to go to Mexico or Brazil because he saw online that there is this clinic that can do miracle, and they put testimonials from people and patients. It's all fake, right? It's all garbage. But people in their desperation believe in all that. Make sure you keep a handle on that, and when the time comes, make sure that your partner, your family member, your loved one has counseling, has psychological help, because it's very difficult unless you step into that shoe to understand what these people are going through, and who are willing to put 40, 50,000 of credit card there, buying stuff online to come at home and drink that so-called magical snake oil and magical supplement that are going to make the cancer disappear, and then they see that it doesn't do anything. They want to go physically because the guru or the magician or the sorcerer wants to put a hand on your head, and unless he puts a hand on your head and recites a prayer, your cancer is not going to disappear. In the meantime, he charges you $7,000 plus you need to pay the hotel. I mean, it's crazy. I don't have any answer to that, but be careful. But unless you are at the very end, your family member or yourself or your loved one is at the very end, that the medical community, your team of oncologists have given up on you and are telling you you need to go into palliative care, nursing home, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing they can do, and you can see it. Then I beg you, until that time, do not go online, do not travel anywhere, stay in your country, find yourself a beautiful oncology team in a high university hospital, big clinic, big hospital that have reputations and blah, blah, blah. And don't waste your retirement money, your family's money, your hard-earned money to buy these poisons and snakes and fake stuff that they sell everywhere online. I love you guys. It's a big debate. It's a big philosophical, psychological, medical, ethical debate that can last forever, and we can talk about this forever. Regardless of your gender, ethnicity, color of your skin, religion, blah, 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 Dr. B really loves you. Dr. B cares about you. Dr. B really, really cares about you. Put any question, comment, any catso you want to ask down there. I promise I will get back to you, regardless of your gender, ethnicity, race, politics, color of your skin, religion. I don't give a catso. As long as you're a human being, I love you. I give you a big hug. Kapkunna krap, sawadee krap. And I hope to talk to you next time. I love you. Bye-bye.